welcome. I'm Daniel.
And I'm Andrew, and we're brothers. And this is the Daniel and Andrew Show,
where we give our opinions about movies and TV that we've been watching lately. So, Andrew, how you doing?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm good. I'm feeling good. Just took a shower and everything. Got ready to do some podcasting. Did you have a nice week?
Yeah, it was pretty good. Nothing like to mention, but nothing went wrong, so that's usually good.
That's always good. Some news that I heard. Fazoli's is returning to Arizona. If you remember that place.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it is. And the next location is going to be in Mesa that they're opening, which is really close. So, and that's going to be opening later this year. So definitely be going there whenever that opens. Me and Dad were very excited that the only one currently is at the airport. So, yeah. Anyway, big news there. Did you watch anything this week?
I am watching The Last of Us. Last episode just came out. I haven't finished all of it, but I'll talk about it a little when I finish it.
All right. Yeah, I know that the final one is there, but yeah, I guess I don't know. I guess you can tell me your full thoughts and maybe I'll watch it. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
The Oscars were coming Sunday today, so I watched a bunch of crap. Well, not crap, but stuff leading up to the Oscars. I watched 20 minutes of Tar before we started recording, but probably not going to get to it when the Oscars happened. So that blows. But, I don't think it's going to win Best Picture or anything, so we're good.
Oh, no.
Yep. And I watched The Fabelmans, Steven Spielberg's semi-autobiographical film. It was just about pretty much how much he loves filmmaking. It wasn't my favorite. It was good, but I don't know. There was too many plot lines and kind of just because there's too many plot lines, just kind of went all over the place. Michelle Williams plays his mom. Well, not his mom, but his mom. And she was like very theatrical. I don't know, but she had good moments, but also was like a lot. Anyway, I would give that a 7. I watched The Sea Beast, which is an animated movie. That's on Netflix. That's going up for Best Animated Film. That was fine. I give that a 6. Cute, little animation and whatnot, but it was fine. It's like a pirate. They're like pirates, pretty much. And then I watched Marcel the Shell with Shoes On. It's like animated, stop motion little shell with a googly eye and little tennis shoes on. I loved that movie. I thought it was really good.
I have not heard any of these movies.
Those two movies. The last two movies are nominated for Best Animated Film and The Fabelmans Best Picture. Marcel the Shell, I would have changed from last week. I would have switched out Glass Onion with Marcel the Shell for my Best Picture nominees. That is my third favorite movie of the year. If I had seen that before we did that, that would be my third favorite movie of the year. Behind Bros and Everything Everywhere All at Once. Yeah, that's a 9. Marcel the Shell with Shoes On. Definitely, I would check it out.
That sounds so Not appealing, but
It was
makes movies.
super cute. I mean, it was good. You should just watch it. And
Super cute doesn't exactly ring. Oh, I
well,
should go watch
well,
that.
it's like heartwarming and nice, and it talks about life, but it's a little stop motion animated shell. You know, it's like they film it like it's a documentary, like he's alive, and it's voiced by a actor, and like they're documenting his life living in a house. So, you know, the shell is not animated, and it's in just a house. Um, but yeah, that was a good movie. And then I went and saw the Oscar nominated animated short films. Uh, the two that I would recommend is My Year of Dicks, and Ice Merchants. My Year of Dicks is definitely adult. And then Ice Merchants was just a really well animated, nice 15-minute short or something like that. But it was fun. I've never seen those they do the every year where they put the shorts out in the theater. And this was about an hour and a half with all the shorts. Those are the two of the five that I would definitely recommend. So that was all my Oscar watching stuff that I did.
Quite a bit.
Quite a bit. But I don't think any of those movies are bad movies. I would probably recommend them, but you know, and they're pretty much all on streaming. So that's that. So a bit of news. Let's see. So John Wick is reportedly supposed to be 3 hours long.
Nice.
I don't know why. It's not necessary. And the first watches apparently are good. But honestly, it seems
I've been hearing, yeah.
seems like
I don't know why it's 3 hours. I could say like 2.5, I guess. But even that's kind of long.
too long. Those should be brisk. Those movies, they should not be 3 hours long.
It could be 2 hours. I think that'd be fine. It doesn't need to be,
But 3 hours, they're gonna
hour and a half.
try to squish so much lore and stuff into that.
I mean, this is the fourth one now. I mean,
Yeah.
it's earned to whatever it wants to do, It has the fan base. It's going to make money.
Yeah, I know. Well, who knows? Maybe I'll like sitting through 3 hours. I don't know. We'll see.
You probably not because you don't care for the lore at all.
It's okay. The lore is fine. It's just I don't know if 3 hours is
It
worth
just
it.
means more action for me, so I really can't complain.
If it's 3 hours,
like
the plot better not
movie.
be super thin. That's it.
That's true.
I'm worried that it might be. But people are saying it's good. But most of these people that see it beforehand think it's really good. So we'll see. So speaking of movies, I don't know. I can't find a good segue for this.
That's
The Room.
what we do here.
Yeah, that's true. The Room is getting a remake for some reason. You know what The Room is?
No.
The Room is that really bad movie with that guy with the dark hair, Tommy Wiseau. They made a movie called The Disaster Artist about the making of it.
I do know what that is, yeah.
Yeah. You're Tearing Me Apart, Lisa, that one.
Like, with him?
No. Bob Odenkirk is playing that character, his character. Like, they're remaking it just fully.
Huh.
I don't understand.
Sounds like a cash grab.
Yeah. I'll probably watch it. Tommy Wiseau's probably like, oh, money, sounds good. Because I'm sure he wrote it, so I'm sure they probably paid him a good amount of money for it. I don't know. Maybe it's a joke. Maybe it's like a early April Fool's joke or something. But
well, unless we got nothing to watch that week, I doubt we'll watch it.
Yeah. remake a real movie. Interesting. That's so weird. There's good people in this too. Anyway, well, we'll see. You think with good actors in it, maybe it makes it good. We'll see.
No, I don't think it makes a good movie. No.
Anyway, so curiosity's definitely peaked on that, but I don't know if I'll be running to the theater to watch it, but we'll see. So the last bit of news that I was actually interested in was The Punisher will be returning. Jon Bernthal will be returning as the Punisher in the Daredevil series. I was already excited for a Daredevil series because I like that guy being Daredevil. Does that get you more or less interested?
Exactly the same. Technically, I never saw The Punisher. That's actually the only one I didn't watch, which everyone says is the best one actually. Out of like the Defender.
Yeah, I would
Stick
say one of the best for sure. I like Daredevil
or Daredevil, yeah.
Um,
I don't like Daredevil was good, but I didn't really. I don't know why I watched all of them. I must have had nothing to do because I didn't think any of them were that fantastic or anything. And then the only reason I didn't watch Punishers because I was just like burnt out
yeah,
at that point when
I
it
think
came
it's because
out.
we watched The Defenders and it sucks so much. Dong.
I don't even think that I finished it. Watched like a couple episodes.
We
Maybe I
watched the whole
finished
thing. It was really short. It was like
like a 6
5
episode
episodes
thing
or
or
something
something.
yeah, it was super short. Sigourney Weaver was in it. I don't know. That show was so stupid. It's like you have all this lore and they built it up in all the shows and everything. Like they,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what happened. That is just a train wreck. Oh well. Honestly, now they'll be in the MCU. So
I mean, I've heard good things. So, and I mean, I love that actor. He's great in everything. So, I mean, seems like a win to me.
Yeah, no, it definitely gets me more excited. I was already excited for another Daredevil. I like him. We'll definitely get more Vincent D'Onofrio and everything as Kingpin. Also, they said that the guy who is Foggy and the girl who is Karen will not be in it, and that I say hooray because
Man, they're getting really picky and choosy. They're just like, let me take this and this.
yeah.
You guys, nah, see ya.
I didn't like them. I know people were sad about that, and I was like,
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
not
you're also
shitting.
the same person who got all upset that the Ant-Man daughter wasn't the same daughter in the previous film or whatever. So it's okay if they did pick here, but not over there.
Okay, well, it's not the thing I was unhappy about is that I thought that girl was like cute and fun, and then this girl was not. It didn't feel like the same girl. If that makes sense, they felt different.
Okay.
And anyway, whatever. That's that. I'm not. I wasn't like, oh god, she's not my Cassie Lang. You know what I mean? It's just like whatever.
Well, you did mention it, so
I did. I think I just like those that first Ant-Man specifically.
I don't think anyone will be sad about those two snooze birds over
Apparently people were.
there.
Anywho, we had some trailers this week. Did you watch any trailers this week?
Yeah, I can't even remember the names of them now.
Okay. Good. All of them made a good impression. Mario.
I mean, I watched it, but I mean, I was ready to see it like after the first trailer, so I don't know why. Watch all these trailers. Like, I feel like the whole movie's spoiled at this point.
Yeah, probably. He said, Wahoo or something, or Let's Go. I don't remember what he said. He said something,
Yeah.
something
hmm
Mario ish. Mario. We heard him talk more. That's it.
He said "Let's a go" in the Mario Kart thing, and few trailers back.
Yeah, I can't remember what he said.
Too
Something
many
else.
trailers.
What else he said? What he said that was another Mario ism or whatever you want to say. Anyway, I'm excited for Mario. Gonna see it for sure. Obviously, I
I
think this
mean,
one. I think this one's gonna be a monster hit, dude.
yeah, it's gonna be the biggest, you know, game movie. You know, more than Pokemon, whatever holds the title Sonic, it's gonna blow that out of the water.
Yeah, I don't. That's a good question. I don't know what the top one is. Maybe War.
I think it's Sonic. I think it's Sonic.
Oh, Sonic. Okay.
What are you thinking the other one is?
I don't know, like Warcraft or Tomb Raider, it's like something live action.
Oh yeah, I know Warcraft made a bunch overseas, but I think Sonic has beaten it already.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, cool. I'm down. So there was two more trailers this week. There was one for a movie called Citadel with Richard Madden and Priyanka Chopra, Jonas.
Yeah. I mean, I think she's kind of an underwhelming actress. I don't know how she keeps getting work, but I guess just knows the right people.
Well,
Um,
she was a big star in Bollywood, so then she came over. Yeah, I think she's fine. Um, and she's married to Nick Jonas for some reason. I don't even know how they would meet. You know what I mean? That's pretty so.
I mean, what does it matter? It doesn't matter towards the movie. And
Yeah,
the movie looks pretty generic, even though I like the people who are making it. I liked that the train one, it was on my top 10 list.
yeah,
Um, it's not really a train one, but where there's like secret agents and stuff, and this kind of
yeah.
looks like a similar deal, except it's not really going for funny. Or I guess it did have funny in it actually. So
We'll see how it goes. It looks like I don't know. It looks like it's going for like a Christopher Nolan mix or something. Like there's like a twist to it, and I don't know if
yeah,
that's gonna pay
there's
off.
definitely some comedy in it though. I
Yeah,
think, but I don't know if these two have like enough chemistry to actually like pull this movie off.
I don't know. The only
Hopefully,
thing
it's not.
that I'm interested in is that I Richard Madden is one of my top choices to be Bond, and this would be a good.
He's good. Yeah, I mean, he was in Game of Thrones. He's good in that.
Yeah, and the Eternals.
Oh,
So
I don't remember that movie.
yeah. Anyway, so that I don't know. Let's see. I'm curious how he does as an agent, and he made this show called The Bodyguard or Bodyguard or something. Night. No, I don't know. I don't remember what it's called.
Never saw it. Yeah.
But he was an agent, and everyone's like, he should be Bond. So apparently, Taron Egerton said they have already found their Bond. So we'll see how that works out. And it's not him.
Well, thank goodness he didn't need to be him. I don't think he was in the right fit.
He's too short anyway.
He
Anyway,
looks like he's like 19.
yeah, and like 5 foot tall.
Yeah.
It's the other trailer that we saw was I saw it was called No Hard Feelings. Did you watch that one?
Yeah, I did.
Jennifer Lawrence movie. I don't think she's ever made like a broad comedy like this. And
Yeah, it's a very raunchy comedy.
I'm always wanting to see more comedy, like just comedy in general get its due or whatever you want to say. What'd you think of the trailer?
I think it's one of those ones that I kind of like, oh, I don't know if I want to see this sort of movie. And then once I'm in it and they start getting in the groove, it'll probably grow on me. I think it looks like a 7 just based off of the trailer.
Well, that's what happened in the trailer for me. I was kind of like, I don't know. And then it kind of,
Yeah, I'm hoping, it's not one of the, they showed all their best jokes in the trailer sort of thing.
Did you watch the Red Band trailer?
Yeah.
I will say a throat punch is always funny to me.
Yeah. I think it'll be funnier, when I've seen the movie. It's
Yeah.
just in the trailer, it's too short, for me to really enjoy it.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know. Jennifer Lawrence, she's fine. I've liked her. I think I've seen her in things that I'm like, wow, she's a great actress, and then I've seen her in things like, meh. She's really good at American Hustle, and then I also saw Hunger Games movies and X-Men movies where she was phoning it in. So we'll see. It looks like they're actually going full for.
Kidding.
She's going like full force in this, and something different. So, but that did get me interested. All right. Cool. Well, I think that was all the news and whatnot. You want to talk about our movie this week?
Yeah. What is it? Scream 12 or something?
Scream 6. So we're going to talk overall thoughts here for, 30 seconds because this movie is mostly spoilers. What were your overall thoughts, Andrew?
How do I word this? I think this movie is pretty passable.
Passable meaning like you can pass on it, or like, okay, it does its job, or
I think it does its job for what it's going for. This movie is so not for me. So, I'm definitely, it's not going to get my recommendation.
okay. Well, how many Scream movies have you seen, Andrew?
Zip.
Okay, so this is your first one.
I don't think if I have seen one before this one, it would make me enjoy this one more. I just think I would not be very happy to watch the other one that I'm watching.
So I will say that in watching this movie, I will say I think it is getting stale, and I have seen all of them. So it's getting stale, I think.
Wish I had an applause button because that definitely needs it. The fact that you've watched all 6 of these,
they're good. They're funny. They talk about whatever like horror movies of that time, so they're meta. And I think that's fun. I like
don't think it adds anything.
It does add. But this one, I think they broke their own rules that they set up. So that doesn't make sense. Like, there's a whole scene where she sets up rules, and then they don't follow those rules. Also, I don't know. I think it's getting stale. They didn't have the lady. Okay, this is a tiny spoiler. They didn't have the lady from all the other ones in this because of a pay dispute, but that if you know anything about Scream, you were already going to know that. Nev Campbell's not in the movie. So, and I think
it's the right choice.
Why? You don't even know. I don't even think you've seen a movie with her in it.
I'm saying she made the right choice.
Oh, she made the right choice. It's weird not having her in it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think we can get into spoilers now. So now we're gonna go into full spoilers. I'm gonna go. No one important in this movie dies.
Wait, I think you're forgetting something. Is there anyone important in this movie?
Important to people,
the franchise.
In franchise, people that were even in the last one. No. So it was so they set up anyone's expendable, even the franchise characters, and none of them died. That's what was one of the rules, and I was like, stupid. I don't know. I feel like they tried to, because the last one, which you haven't seen, was very in line with the other ones, and this one was like, let's all subvert all their expectations and do the exact opposite. It was because, like, the last one, okay, spoilers for the last one, David Arquette dies, and he's made it through all of them and everything, and like that was actually surprising because I thought like those original characters were gonna live. So he dies, and it's actually sad because if you've seen all the other 4 movies, it is actually sad.
Okay, well, this movie, the people from previous ones didn't even die, so there was nothing to feel anyways.
I know, but it's just like, because that one is like, okay, I went into this one going, okay, well, you know, Courtney Cox may die. Spoiler alert, she doesn't freaking die. She gets stabbed and lives somehow. Too many people get stabbed in the guts.
Dude, everybody gets stabbed, and then they go off and do 20 more things after that.
Hey, Andrew, make sure if you ever stab me, or, you know, if I ever get stabbed in the guts, I'm good to go. Don't worry.
It's not even that they just get stabbed, 20 times. They also get stabbed and then, like, crank the knife in a circle and, like, run it up their stomach, and they're still like, no, I'm sorry, no.
Apparently, the lower body is good to go. You can just stab the living bejesus out of it, and you're going to be good to go. Even though other people have died in literally the previous movie to that exact same stabbing, but you know, whatever. So that bothered me. That was my biggest, like, no one really important dies other than the killers, other than, like, there was a girl that they showed, you know, they set up the suspects, and then she's literally the only one that dies other than the killers. So I don't know.
No, a few people died, not like part of the group, but there was like the therapist, and
yeah, but I mean, like I said, like,
you mean of their group?
Of the group,
yeah. Only the one girl died.
There was a high body count, but none of them were like, you know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with you.
They just try to kind of subvert expectations in this movie. I thought so. Did you have any inkling on who the killers were?
Well, I knew Mr. Dork Virgin Boy was one for sure.
Oh, really? Okay.
Laura was thinking it was the boyfriend, but that was definitely the red herring because, why would he save them if he was in on it? It just doesn't really make sense. And I didn't realize it was the cop. I knew it was a couple of them. I thought it was just 2.
Yeah, it's always been 2, so I thought it was going to be. It's always been 2 except for one movie, but I thought it was going to be 2 people. So first of all, it's always the most famous person. The guy who's the cop is only like one of the only people that I've seen outside of Scream.
I haven't seen him, so I didn't.
So I knew it was him. And my thought is, they've done a man and a woman almost every movie, so I thought it was going to be 2 men this time. And I was right, but I wasn't expecting 3 people to be the killers. So I didn't think it was that kid, because they kept saying, oh, he's the guy. He's it. They literally kept saying, oh, it's Ghostface. He's Ghostface. And I was like, oh, it's not going to be him then. And then it was him. And I was like, okay. This is stupid. So, but because I thought it was the most, like, because the last one, Jack Quaid, who was in The Boys, I was like, oh, I've seen him before. He's going to be the killer. And he was. And so I thought, okay, that guy who's the cop, he's going to be the killer, and I thought the guy from She-Hulk was the other killer. Because they've done that before where someone saves them, oh, it's not me, it's my alibi, I saved you or whatever. So I thought he was going to be the other killer. And he was always gone at the same time. But yeah, he was a red herring. But I thought he was still going to be a killer. Because Andrew, with these, it's always...
Dude, these plots are so paper thin, stupid.
Yeah.
Dog water trash that it's like I don't even feel like trying to think about it. There's just go in and turn your brain off, and hopefully it's somewhat interesting. That's how I have viewed this movie. It was tough to get through it. I almost left the theater, but I gotta review the dang thing. So if I was not reviewing this, I would not have finished this movie.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I think it does keep me interested because it is kind of a murder mystery. I think that's what keeps me interested as well. Now, yeah,
There's just so many plot holes everywhere that for me, when I super analyze dumb stuff,
and
I mean, this is just littered with it. It's just, I don't enjoy the film.
Yeah, I would say that the stabbing thing, like the one guy gets stabbed, I mean, 1 billion times and he lives.
Yeah.
I just didn't get it. Why they just didn't want to kill anybody. It was so freaking weird because last time,
the core 4, man.
Last
core
time,
4.
Literally anybody could die last time. This time, no, you can't die. Like, you must stay. I didn't get it. That was really truly the only thing that bothers me is that nobody important dies.
Another thing that I guess these movies aren't supposed to be scary. Is that
depending?
I don't know. I'm not really like a horror guy, and I was like, well, maybe the past 20 years I've been missing something. If this is the peak, then I didn't miss much.
It's probably I think also I probably like it because it's probably the least scary. It's not that scary. If
this is not scary at all.
Yeah.
It's like
there's jump scares and
there's those like very obvious jump scares where everything's silent and a jump scare is coming, which I guess is a jump scare, but it's just I feel like there's no suspense really. I don't know. Maybe it's just because they're doing the whole phone trope thing for 5,000 years. I don't know. I just don't find it interesting.
I will say that this one was weaker than the last one. I think the last one was definitely better. What did you think of our protagonists, which is Jenna Ortega and Michelle?
I mean, I like
Michelle something.
Jenna Ortega. I liked her in Wednesday, but the line, like their character development or whatever you want to call it, none of it really makes any sense. I don't know. It's just so stupid. The writing's really stupid. They're like trying to continue on with their lives, and clearly they can't because they're in this stupid franchise.
Yeah.
And I get that it's like almost like kind of making fun of itself and making fun of horror movies. It just doesn't make me enjoy it anymore. It's like, okay, so you're going to do all these stupid tropes too? That doesn't make it different. It just makes it annoying. And we're talking about it.
Gotcha. I think that the last one was just better in every way. Like that girl who tells you the rules or whatever. It was better in the last one because it was like kind of refreshing, and she was like shades of the character that's supposed to be their father from the original one, and but this one she just kind of seemed patronizing. And it's like, okay, I get it.
I was hoping they were all gonna die. I did not care for a single one.
I thought people were gonna die, but no one freaking died.
And even what's stupid is they make you think they die, and then they just show up later.
Well, it's like, oh, he died trying to protect her or whatever when he gets stabbed 80 times, but then he doesn't
The
die.
one guy in the core four or whatever.
Yes. The one guy who literally
he
gets... They literally
he got stabbed
taking
on
turns.
both sides.
Seesawing.
Yeah.
Stab, 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 stab.
And he's just like, you think you could kill me?
Yeah, it's so dumb. It sucks because the last one was just so much better return to form, and then this one was just like, what the heck are you doing on that? On only that aspect about it bothered me. Is that nobody dies. Courtney Cox returns. Without Neve Campbell there, she has more to do ish. I think that was the best scene of like a ghost face.
Yeah. I agree. And then I also like how she just like doesn't even care about her boyfriend.
Oh no. They're like, been there, done that.
Yeah.
All my friends and family die.
All that muscles did nothing. She was just like, yeah, you're right.
Well, I think they're so used to it because they've been in all the movies. They're like, all my family and friends die, and I just have to get used to that, I guess. Because it's true. Because anyone
So
related
stupid.
to them pretty much get
She's
killed.
like, call the cops. Okay, let me go into the other room for some reason. It's just so stupid. Like, why wasn't she like, but stay in here because there's a killer here? Because they're calling me. I know the tropes.
Yeah.
So he's here. So we should stay together.
That's a good point. I don't know.
This is really dumb things like that. Like, everywhere. We'd have to really deep dive, and I'm not going to, but I could nitpick on little things like that to the end of time.
I thought it was funny. Seeing it in the theater, I thought people would have reactions. Me and my friend were the only ones that are having reactions. I mean, the most stone cold silent I think I've heard a horror movie ever. It's just like, I was like, what? Why is no one reacting to this at all?
Lady who was enjoying this movie. I only heard her, though.
I still enjoyed the movie. It's just, it wasn't my favorite. I would say this might be the worst one. No, it's not the worst one. But it's the thing is there's, I don't know. It's fine. We don't have to get into. You don't understand any of the lore anyway, so who cares? Hayden Panettiere came back. She was from the fourth movie, which I think is the worst one. Because there's a reveal in that's so ridiculous. So did you like seeing her?
I mean, I liked her in Heroes. I mean, she definitely had like a nose job or something.
Yeah.
Part at the end. The ending is just so terrible of this movie. You know, they're like, we're going to make this our hot box. And two of them go into the other room and start making out, a trope that's not supposed to happen. One goes up to the mirror, and then Hayden just like goes off to God's knows where and just gets knocked out off screen. But why would the killers just knock her out? That doesn't make any sense. They would just kill her. So she should be dead.
I think that they wanted to frame her as the killer.
I know that's what they wanted to do, but it's stupid. It doesn't make any sense in the story. They're here to kill everybody. Why would they just go doink and run away? No, and they already said their master plan was to make her the killer or whatever.
I'm saying they're trying to they were trying to trap her and then freak them out, so they were,
Again,
off their game and kill
it
them.
doesn't make sense for them all to split up in the building. That's the number one point, and then she gets knocked out off screen. It's just stupid. It makes no sense.
Yeah. Fine.
Plus, they all get in there. They say there was only one way in. I guess there was a secret way in because no one comes in through that side except the cops. So I guess there was some secret entrance.
They were said there was like an upstairs entrance or something.
Maybe I don't know.
That's what they said.
The ending seems really bad. Like there's a part where she drops Wednesday and he climbs up with a gun. She only has a knife, and then they decide to run at each other, and then the gun goes off when they run into each other. But he has a gun in his hand. Why didn't he just shoot her? You weren't using a knife at that point. He was the cop. Why didn't you just shoot her? This is really stupid.
I'm trying I'm literally trying to remember what you're talking about.
It's pretty forgettable, so I
No,
understand.
shut up. There was okay, so it's when she's upstairs or
She's upstairs holding on to Wednesday, being like, you gotta let me go. I'll be okay.
Uh-huh.
Blah, blah, blah. Lets her go.
Uh-huh.
And then she turns over to the main villain, who's the cop.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, says whatever the hell he says. I don't know. I can't remember what he says. And then they run at each other, even though he's holding a gun to her. And then she stabs him, and they fall off.
He drops.
ledge.
She drops down onto the sun and kills him. Right?
Wednesday does, yeah.
Yeah.
After she gets stabbed in the stomach. She gets stabbed on the stomach
and then she
on the
kills
way
him.
down and then just kills him. Yeah.
Andrew, guts. If you get stabbed in the guts, it doesn't matter. So just wash that away. Trust me, it does. It bothers me too. Just pretend that doesn't happen.
Okay.
Because just that might as well be.
Well, that
might as well be a slap on the wrist.
Or like John Wick agents prior in the movie, just like whooping people's asses and like literally secret agent man. Okay, and then they don't know how to shoot somebody in front of them.
Son's dead. Then she runs at the cop.
No, not Wednesday.
Oh.
The other sister is on the theater top, holding her, trying to pull her up because they both climbed up
so
the ladder.
Wednesday's down. She's still up top.
Yeah, the sister and
she has a gun.
Run into each other. No, she doesn't have a gun.
She's the one with the gun because she shoots the sister, the bad sister.
She shoots the sister. She goes down, right?
Yeah, she's dead.
She tries to shoot him and runs out of ammo.
Yeah. Does he have a gun at this point?
Yes, he has a gun. He was the cop. He had a gun the whole time.
Oh, you're saying
he even shows the gun because the gun goes off when they run into each other.
He doesn't pull out the gun until after, I thought.
I don't know. Why wouldn't you? It doesn't matter if you have a gun. Why would you not use?
You mean the little gun in his holster in the bonnet in his shoe or whatever? That's the one you're talking about?
No, he has a different gun. That gun gets disarmed when they fall down.
She had his gun, that big gun. He didn't have anything but the little gun in his shoe, and he didn't pull it out until after they fall off.
I'm pretty sure a gun that he was holding goes off.
No.
Okay.
There's a scene earlier where someone's Ghostface, and they have a shotgun, and the gun goes off when they tackle it, like push the stuff on.
I'm gonna have to revisit this scene. I guess I'm gonna have to.
I just don't remember because there's a lot of scenes of people running at each other and guns and knives and stuff. Also, they break the rules of Ghostface. Now Ghostface is using guns for some reason. He's always done the knife. They even do twin Ghostface wiping knives off together at the same time. But then,
that's what I thought too, because it's a slasher film. Yeah. He uses guns like. That's what I mean by he was just John Wick on everybody. He takes their guns and starts shooting people and stuff.
I don't know. It was weird. I would say, okay. Yeah. So all of that happens. I don't know. For some reason, that the only thing that bothers me is the people not dying because they get stabbed in guts. I don't know. Maybe I just I go into these movies and I'm
Guess you
not.
can turn your brain off better than me.
I think I'm more involved in. I'm interested more in like the like figuring out who killers are and the their planning and stuff, and less about like you,
Yeah, but when
that.
they're gonna just throw it all out the window and none of it's gonna make sense anyways, it's like what's even the point?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I think it's more simple than that, and I guess you're thinking it's more complex, and then because it's more complex, there's more stupid stuff that happens, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I'm off base on that, but
I don't know. I'm trying to think of the previous like encounters that they had, but I can only think of the third final horrible act. I know the only one that made sense was the one with the older actress.
I
That
like
one
the
was
scene in
probably
the
the best
bodega
scene.
where he picks up the guy's shotgun. That was actually, like what's going on here. And we could talk about the opening. So the opening, very opening, there's always a opening
Oh,
in
right.
the
Yeah.
movie. The opening kills. This was a weird one. It was really long. Um, so the guys who made this movie, the directors, they made the last one too. They made a movie called Ready or Not that got them buzz, and it had Samara Weaving was the lead, who's the lady in the beginning of this movie. Um, so I thought she would be in the last one, but she was actually in this one, and she was the opening kill of the movie, and then Ghostface kills her. I was like, why are you in this alley? Why are you continuing to go down this alley? And you're dead. Um, me and my friend that was watching was like, why are you going in the alley? Stop going in the alley. Leave the alley.
So stupid. It's so
Yeah, it's always
garbage generic. I
lots of
don't
times
understand how
there's a
people like
blonde
these
girl
films.
that goes and gets killed. But it was fun that it was her. So Ghostface kills her and then takes the mask off, and it's Tony Revolori from Spider-Man. He's Flash Thompson.
Hmm.
And I was like, please do not have the killer unmasked immediately because I'm going to really be turned off by this movie. And it was a swerve, and then the real killers kill them. These two guys that were apparently planning this
Yeah,
their
who
own
knows
ghost
who
face thing.
that that specific one was? I'm guessing it was the cop.
Uh, yes, because he plants her driver's license at the scene.
Uh,
Yeah. So, yeah, that was definitely the cop.
no.
But I thought that was an interesting twist. It was just really long, and it was just the opening. I was waiting for it to say Scream 6, and then I was like, okay, all right, we're keep going here. Oh, okay, now there's more guys, and then they had the call. So it was different. Like they said, they were just subverting expectations. There was the girl that dies, but then it's like, oh, just kidding, there's a guy here, and now he is getting called, and blah, blah, blah. So I don't know. I think they're getting up their own butts on this. It's getting stale, and it makes me sad because there's some good ones here, including the
So
last
the
one.
final verdicts.
So my rating was a 7. Now that we've talked about this, it is now a 6.
I certainly hope so, because I was gonna give you so much crap.
No,
It was a 7.
I thought it was a 7. I enjoyed the movie. I had a good time with the movie. I think it's fun to see with a crowd when they do anything.
Well, maybe the crowd just wasn't very interested, Daniel. Did you think of that?
I don't know why you would go see a movie on the opening weekend if you weren't interested, but maybe you're right.
I mean, obviously they were interested. Maybe it just wasn't good.
It had the biggest opening for a Scream movie. So yeah, I guess go back to the drawing board on this one, or just not, and go back to what they were doing in the last one, because that made sense and was decent. Or just stop making them, because I don't know.
I mean, if it's gonna have its largest opening, we're gonna get more.
Well,
I think this movie is a 5.
Okay,
honestly, I think it should be even a 4.
Okay,
but
we'll give it a 4 then.
Be nice to it.
You don't have to be nice to it.
I think for the average person, this movie is gonna be a 5. For me, it's a 4.
Okay, yeah, I totally understand. I seen all the other movies and I like the other movies, so probably I'm probably biased. This is one of the only horror franchises that I actually follow. When they had that little shrine in the end of the movie, I actually recognized a lot of the things. And yeah, so I just think, just like last week, when I've seen the other movies, I have a greater appreciation for the 6th movie. So there you go. I think they gave Jenna Ortega a bigger part in this, because she was in other things that have gotten her popular. There was somebody dressed as Wednesday in the party in the beginning, the Halloween party they go to. I'm sure that was not a mistake. It's weird, somebody getting tased in the balls and nothing happens to you. Yeah.
Man, that's normal.
Anyway,
this is a minor plot hole. Don't worry about it. Does everyone get stabbed and people get tasing's nothing's gonna happen. You get tased. You could definitely stab people too.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I don't know. I think, definitely the third act is definitely worrisome for sure on further installments. Yeah, it definitely. And talking to you, definitely brought it to a 6 for me, maybe even lower. But I still enjoyed the movie. I would still check it out if you like horror movies, and it's not too scary. Yeah, I wouldn't be like, ugh, skip this, and it wasn't. I would say probably stream it, or if you have a big group of friends that likes and you can talk about it and stuff, then I would say see it still.
I would say if you like specifically slasher films, give it a try.
Yeah.
If you like horror, I don't think this is scary. I think it's skippable. Honestly, I don't think. I'm tempted to just say don't watch it.
Yeah.
It's not worth your time.
I had a feeling that you might say that, so I'm just saying. I think if you're kind of a scaredy cat, I think this will be fine for you. Also, it was really gory.
If you don't like gore, and that's what goes hand in hand with being scared, right? It's pretty gory.
The other ones weren't as gory as these.
Over the top gory, like people falling down, getting their face smashed in.
The last one was a little gory. This one, they really turned it up. Like I said, it's just they're really going for it. It's just more money.
Yeah, they're just going for a shock factor.
Yeah.
And just ended up rolling my eyes at everything.
Yep. I would say if you want a good Scream movie, I would go to watch the first one. Yep. All right. Well, I'm good with that. Andrew didn't like it very much, and I thought it was all right. So cool.
Mm-hmm. All right. We'll see you guys on the next one.
See you later.